Let's get right into it. Number 10. The Sticker Embargo. A school banned all stickers. No sparkly gold stars, no scratch and sniff pizza slices, no cartoon frogs on your notebook. But one student decided to fight back. Instead of protesting, they bought a massive pack of googly eye stickers and walked through the entire school. Their mission? Sticking one googly eye over every single security camera lens. This school had dozens of cameras, and this kid hit all of them. By the time administration noticed, the entire surveillance system was staring back at them with goofy, wobbly cartoon eyes. What made this prank impressive is that googly eye stickers are slightly transparent. The cameras weren't blocked. The school could still see the hallways, but everything was viewed through a deeply unsettling, wobbly eye filter. Every monitor in the security room was compromised. The student didn't break or steal anything. They just upgraded the surveillance system. The administration's reaction was swift. No stickers of any kind on school property, ever again. Not on notebooks, not on water bottles, not even on your own hand. Because apparently, when you can't trust students with googly eyes, you can't trust them with anything adhesive. Number 9. The 3-second hug rule. Some schools have a rule that hugs can only last exactly 3 seconds. And yes, someone is counting. This rule exists because of a group hug movement that got out of control. What began as a few kids hugging in the hallway escalated into a massive 40-person human knot. 40 people, tangled together, right in the middle of the main hallway during passing period. Nobody could get to class. Teachers couldn't get through. The hallway had transformed into a single, writhing entity of friendship and terrible choices. It was a catastrophic, hug-related traffic jam. The staff had to physically untangle the students one by one, like pulling apart a giant plate of spaghetti that had homework due in 5 minutes. The whole ordeal took an entire class period to sort out. So now, there's a strict 3-second rule. You hug, you count to 3, you let go. Some schools even have staff in the hallways with one job: monitoring hug duration. Number 8. The transparent backpack mandate. A teacher was walking down an aisle when they noticed a student's backpack making a tiny, rhythmic squeaking noise. The teacher unzipped the bag and found a fully operational rodent hotel inside. We're talking fresh bedding, designated food stations, a water bottle rigged to the side pocket, and multiple live hamsters. This kid was running a luxury hospitality business for small animals out of a JanSport backpack. This was a masterclass in covert zoology. The bedding was cut to fit the backpack's dimensions, the food was portioned for the school day, and there was even a custom ventilation system. This child engineered climate control for rodents during third period math. The school's response? They didn't just ban hamsters. They mandated transparent backpacks for every single student. Because one kid opened a Four Seasons for hamsters, hundreds of others now have to display their embarrassing snacks and private diaries to the entire hallway, every single day. The hamsters, by the way, were reportedly in excellent health. Number 7. The no humming zone. A student was walking past a row of metal lockers, quietly humming to himself, and accidentally turned the hallway into a chaos machine. He noticed the lockers started vibrating, not a little rattle, but a violent shaking, like a localized earthquake. He stopped humming, the lockers stopped. He hummed again, the lockers went nuts. He had discovered the physics of acoustic resonance. Every object has a resonant frequency, a secret audio password that makes it vibrate. It's how opera singers shatter wine glasses. This kid found the password for an entire row of school lockers. Of course, he told his friends. Soon, a group of middle schoolers were weaponizing physics in the hallway. The school had no rule for this, because who thinks to cover the humming situation? Until now, a sign went up: no humming in this hallway. No explanation provided, just the rule, which is somehow more terrifying, because now every kid who walks past that sign has the exact same thought you're having. What note was it? Number 6. No bringing folding chairs to class. One student decided the standard issue school chairs were uncomfortable, so he showed up to class with his own folding camping chair, complete with a built-in cup holder. His teacher did not say anything, as there was no rule against it. Big mistake. Within a week, 3 more kids brought their own seating. One had a zero-gravity lawn chair, another brought a padded camping throne with a fold-out side table, but the third kid showed up with a full recliner, a full-sized plush living room recliner. To this day, nobody knows how he got it through the door. By week 2, the classroom looked like a tailgate party. Kids were leaned back, feet up, cup holders full. The principal walked in, stood there silently, then turned around, walked back to his office, and wrote the rule. The rule now states that all seating must be provided by the school. No personal chairs, no thick cushions, and absolutely nothing with a cup holder. Number 5. No pretending to be a vampire. A middle school school in Texas had to write this exact sentence into their official rulebook. No pretending to be a vampire. It all started with a harmless vampire role-playing game at lunch, but then it spread. Students started turning other students into vampires by leaving little bite-shaped pressure marks on their arms to induct new members. Within 2 weeks, half the grade was apparently undead. The school nurse was overwhelmed with kids showing up deadpan, claiming they needed to be checked for vampire symptoms, so the school drafted a strict policy. When they first just said no biting, the kids argued they weren't actually biting, just marking their chosen ones, so the school had to go broader. No fangs, fake or otherwise, no capes worn in a vampire context, no declaring other students turned. Somewhere in a Texas filing cabinet, a document prohibits vampire-related roleplay on school grounds. Number 4. The No Class Pets Rule. A school has a strict, non-negotiable, no class pets rule, not because of allergies, animal rights, or a teacher forgetting to feed it. It was because of one single hamster. One hamster that escaped its cage, crawled into the school's walls, found the exact cable it wasn't supposed to chew, and knocked out the entire school's internet for a full week during final exams. The entire school ground to a halt. Phones rang off the hook, parents panicked, and teachers couldn't submit final grades. A 2-inch rodent had single-handedly dismantled the school's digital infrastructure. The hamster was eventually found, completely unharmed, sitting in a wall cavity like it owned the place, which at that point, it kind of did. And forever after, that school decreed no more class pets, ever. Number 3. No playing marbles for keeps. A school administration had to write an official rule: no playing marbles for keeps, not because they were a choking hazard, but because one kid turned a bag of glass balls into a criminal enterprise. Playing for keeps is simple. You win the game, you keep your opponent's marbles. But this kid was so good, he never lost. He just kept collecting everyone else's. When you have all the marbles, you control the marbles. He wasn't just playing at recess, he was running a market. Kids who wanted to play had to buy in. Kids who lost came back the next day to win their marbles back, and always lost more. This was a casino, built by a 10-year-old during lunch break. He even started offering lines of credit, with interest. Kids were trading snacks and expensive school supplies to settle their marble debts. The school finally investigated and shut the whole thing down. No marbles for keeps. The kid retired at age 10, undefeated. Number 2. The rubber band confiscation rule. There is a school where you cannot legally own a rubber band. It all started with a substitute teacher. A group of students had spent the previous week stockpiling rubber bands, like tiny generals preparing for war. They had a master plan, a secret signal, and assigned roles for shooters and lookouts. When the substitute walked in and turned to write on the chalkboard, the signal was given. The entire classroom opened fire simultaneously. Every single kid, at the exact same time, in a perfectly coordinated volley of elastic fury. The substitute lasted about 4 minutes before walking out, sitting down in the hallway, and waiting for help. Rather than being impressed by this terrifying level of tactical organization, the school decided the real problem was the rubber bands, so now they are banned completely. If a student brings one, it's confiscated. If you find one, you're supposed to report it to the authorities. Number 1. No magic tricks on school property. A kid who loved coin tricks decided to put on a show during a free period in the science lab. His signature move was making coins completely disappear. His classmates gathered around. He pulled out a coin, did a hand wave, said the magic words, and boom, the coin vanished. The crowd went wild. What they didn't know was where the coin went. Nearby sat a high-end spectrometer, an extremely sensitive and expensive machine used to analyze materials. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars. The coin had slipped from his hand straight into the machine's ventilation slot. Nobody noticed. The trick looked clean. The bell rang. Everyone went home. The next day, the science teacher turned the spectrometer on. It made a grinding, rattling, deeply expensive-sounding crunch. The repair bill came back, and the school administration went silent. After that, the school added a new rule: no magic tricks on school property. Not in classrooms, not in hallways, not at lunch. The rule didn't say, be careful near science equipment. It said no magic tricks, full stop. A rule exists entirely because one kid was a little too good at making things disappear. The real magic trick was making the school's science budget disappear along with it. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.